We the people, we the people, we the people, we the people.
United States of America.
What better person to speak about welfare entitlement state than Arlene Violet? That certainly was a better introduction than being called the Rhode Island Goose. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. But how fitting is it that the independent man presides over this gathering? You know, that independent man was mounted atop of this State House to symbolize religious liberty and individualism. I mean, think about that. Self-reliance with limited government was the heart and soul of the birth of the state of Rhode Island. And yet, that self-reliance of the yesteryears has all but disappeared in the state. By 1905, a political rag by the name of Lincoln Steffens claimed that Rhode Island had a government founded upon the corruption of the people themselves. Yet, this state's motto is hope. That's the aspiration that has emboldened you to come here today to combat those who only desire to serve themselves at the expense of the public good. And the most pernicious trick in their bag of manipulation is to divert attention from their misdeeds and cause class warfare. We will have none of that, since the battle is not among us citizens, but against those denizens of entitlements. With the exception of working class Rhode Islanders who are busy doing 2 jobs in order to pay the levies lodged against them, this state is marinated in an entitlement mentality. So certainly, we all know too, there are a lot of people, and they're rich, who have an entitled mentality. I mean, how else would we blow $42 million at the landfill buying land, that swamp, that we can't even use, from a former mayor's family there? You know, the saddest example of entitlement came this week, and the sense of entitlement during this sacred week when we honored those 19 and 20-year-olds who gave up their lives in Normandy 65 years ago. And on the very same day, there was a pilgrimage here by school principals. And those school principals, and I want to get the quote, had a spokeswoman who said, "What message does this send to veteran educators who devoted their entire careers to educating Rhode Island youth would have to worry about how they get by in their elder years?" Now, I was struck by the absence of the same passion when they work to rule and won't write letters of recommendation to your kids. I was struck by every time they go and have their professional development during class hours necessitating substitutes. I was struck by where is the passion when they actually get to grieve during their school time, necessitating a substitute for them and a substitute for the steward. I was appalled that I never see that passion when 307 Providence school teachers took every single 21 days of sickness out of 174 work days, and they had the second shortest day in education. And last but not least, in Cumberland, Rhode Island, Valley Breeze did an expose that in the high school, 80% of the teachers called out sick. And the reason why they did is they had a little round robin going on. Other teachers were able to pad the salaries they were getting by keeping the kids in study hall. So it was a scam going on. I want to see passion from them and from these principals objecting to that, not about their pocketbook. I've been in a lot of countries. I worked in Central America. The leaders of the revolution in all these countries tend to be teachers, but yet, instead of giving a civics lesson to the students here in Rhode Island, that we're all in here together, that they really believe and don't ask what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Are they standing here in solidarity with us to teach the kids that lesson?
Yes.
Every one of them should be standing here. And ladies and gentlemen, I am still hoping that there is a better angel that will speak to them, because we are better than this.
Yes, we are.
We are members and citizens first before we are anything else. And unless this state comes together in this dire time, I really feel that that principle, that commonweal, the common good comes first. I fear it shall perish. You're the people, though, who do hold steadfast to that truth. And it is sad that our other fellow citizens that we stood with love and largesse, and gave them what we could give them with their salaries and their benefits and the good days we stood with them. It's sad that they will not stand with us in these dire days. I can only hope that they will wake up and realize that they are part of the common weal, the common good. Thank you.
All right, are you all ready? Are you ready? Have you had enough? I don't know about you, but I have. All right? Are you ready to pay more taxes? Good, I'm not either. All right? You are the future for this state right now. What's been happening? All right? You are going to make all of the difference. Let me tell you that. I apologize. My flight was 3 hours delayed. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning to go to Washington to try and get some help for our kids in our schools. I care about this state. All right? I care about this state. I think this state is worth fighting for, do you? All right, look, we're at a critical point right now. I'm not running for anything, by the way. All right? I'm not running for anything. All right? Sue and I have dedicated 6.5 years so far, and we're going to go right down to the wire fighting for what needs to be done. Now, everybody wants to make things complicated. All right, everybody wants to make things complicated. They're not that complicated. All right, there's only two issues. That's right. The first one is how to reduce our spending, because that's what all you and all we're having to do. So are you in favor of our reducing the spending in this state? All right. Now what you got to know, because when you leave here and go inside this building, and I hope every single one of you do, because inside that building right now are people walking around here, that want to get money out of your pockets. They don't understand. There are some people, some do, but too many don't understand that we are at extraordinary times right now. Everybody, I see it, Sue and I see it in our family. Our children are worried about their jobs and our grandchildren. All right, everybody is concerned. This is a time when you got to do one thing, which is to reduce the spending at the state level and in every one of the 39 cities and towns. Now, the other very simple point, I don't know, I heard you all say, you don't want to pay any more taxes. No? Do you? No. We're already one of the highest tax states in the country.